All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I'm actually doing pretty good. I went and played some pickleball last night, made me feel normal again. So it was nice.
Awesome.
Although
That's great to hear, man.
I'm not looking forward to this weekend, but that's a problem we can talk about later this week. So
I'm always looking forward to the week. What's going on this weekend?
I got this bike ride that I've signed up for. I'm biking from Ottawa to Kingston, which is about 180 kilometers each way. So that's 120 miles. Um, and
Yeah, that's a lot, Peter.
which would be fine, except I've only been on my bicycle once this year. Um,
You're not
the intent
finishing
was
that.
to do all this exercise and planning, and you would sort of work up to it, but then life got in the way, and with all the family issues and my brother-in-law's passing and all, like it just hasn't happened. So I am literally going to get on my bicycle for the second time this year and try and bike 240 miles in 2 days. So my legs I'm not worried about as much as my butt. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, man.
Yeah.
I'll be
It
sitting
is.
tender for a while. So
Yeah. Yeah. That is going to be tough, man. Um, Friends, let's get to it. Our gappers list right now, not a whole lot going on. Very light right now. I only see a couple of stuff, three tickers in the green. Wow, VK TX used to be a ticker we used to trade quite often back in the day. So that's on there. And then on the gapping down this morning, GameStop. But man, very light gappers list. Let's take a look at what's happening in our economic calendar. We'll come back to this list in just a second.
yeah, there's not a lot happening on the economic calendar. Really, we only have two things happening at 10 o'clock: the factory orders and job openings. Both can be good numbers or can be completely inconsequential numbers, right? You just never know. So we'll watch that at 10. Again, keep it in mind, especially if you're trading the open and you're in a trade that's lasting a little longer, you're looking at something at about that time. Just be aware the market may take a little bit of a shimmy, shake and shimmy at that time. If the numbers come out outside of expectations, if they meet expectations, then usually not much happens. So just be aware of it. Other than that, yeah, quiet day. Quiet day. Earnings have tapered off. The economic calendar is quiet. It feels like we're starting to slip into summer mode more actively right now. And summer mode is usually when volume drops and things are a little quieter, but you can get bigger moves. So they're just a little less predictable. So we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the whatever's on our gappers list, because I haven't even looked at that this morning.
It's
And
light. It's very light on the gappers list. I'm looking at it now. We got one more that popped up in our gap up list now. But yeah, not a whole lot going on. So pretty quiet. But I'm sure again, we've been looking at our usual suspects like Nvidia, who's doing very well with volume this morning. We got AMD on here. Tesla yesterday was very active, beautiful pop, and then dropped. So still stuck within that range, though. If you notice here, still has not been able to move out of that daily range. So we'll have to check out, some of our usual suspects today. Looks like because things are just not looking all that hot. Callie is asking, what are the filters on the list? Yeah, so we have this list filtered to, which great question, 200, right? So 200,000 shares traded is the minimum we want to see in the morning, and then we also have gapping up or down 2%, right? So we want to see that as well. ATR 50 cents, and you could get all of this, guys, in tradingterminal.com. If you head over there, I'll show you since our list is so light this morning. Tradingterminal.com. Here we go. And I can
I
show
think
you
the
how
other thing
that
you
those
have is a
scanners look.
float. The float has to have at
Yeah,
least one share, right?
at least one share, correct.
Yeah.
So if you head on over here on tradingterminal.com, which I love, by the way, because this is my morning setup here. So there's other scanners that are more active during the day. So we'll get to our second screen here. Yep, there we go. So here's my morning setup. If you click on this, right, you can see everything update. So I love this, Peter, for the news and everything. Like you can see the news on here.
Yep.
You can see the data as far as ATR and all that information there. Just by clicking on this, everything updates. And you get a quick chart, which is actually, this is a really good uh, chart. These guys do very well with their charts. I like the way that works. And GameStop, right? So everything is on here, which is really nice. But if you click here on the menu, and this is free, guys, head over to tradingterminal.com. You can get this. If you click, here it is, the little cog wheel. come in here, you can see the actual filters, and you could change this to whatever you like. On a day like today, maybe we move this back down to $100, right? I'm not going to do that, but you could do that. Maybe you want to see more volume, right? If you want to see a lower ATR, 50 cents there. So all this stuff is available. As Peter mentioned, this is important here. If you leave this blank, you're going to get all kinds of ETFs that really are not great for trading. So we don't want to see that on our list. We keep that off, 2%. So we want to see gapping up or down. And yeah, and price and stocks over $5. So sometimes you might have something that's $3.50 that's moving a lot. It's not going to come up on this list because usually those are not great trading stocks for us. So take advantage, guys. Tradingterminal.com, really, really great scanners. All right, let's start with our first one on here, which is going to be ANNX. So we'll bring that up to our list here. And this morning, we are up 52% on this one. Flow is 72 million. So not low flow stock. It's actually pretty decent. Peter, what's the news on it? It's a nice big pop with some 9.8 million shares traded. Is a lot of volume.
Yeah, never heard of this company before. It's a biotech, one of the many, many biotechs that we have out here. And typically these are Monday stocks, but here we are on a Tuesday with this what is it called? Nexon. Anyways, they have positive top line phase 3 trial data. So they've got a drug that's doing well, and we can see the stock popping as a result. Keep in mind, this was a $4 stock for months and months and months and months. Now it's a $7 stock. You're not fooling me. It's. I mean, this is a high risk. If you want to trade it, by all means. But it's not my favorite type of stock to trade. But it's got some volume this morning. They're arguing that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from it. Doesn't look pretty at all. Heading over to the next one on the list, and this was one I don't ever recall seeing. It's gonna be CORZ. So what is this? Core Scientific. Another one, a lower price stock, right? Up 37%, 9.5 million shares traded. That's also crazy volume. But another one that, again, I don't ever recall seeing this one. Both of these that we were just talking about now, they're heavily in play, obviously. I just don't like price stocks at below $10. I'm usually very careful with them. So be cautious. If you're going to be watching this one, if you're going to put it on your list, just be very careful. Peter, is there any news on this one? Core Scientific?
Yeah, there has been basically all they've done is they've mentioned AI. So this is
Oh,
another company that I've never really heard of. No, I mean it's not that big of a company. They got under $1 billion market cap, 156 million shares. So it's not a low float, but as you said, the price is relatively low, and they've released had a press release this morning that said they are producing 200 megawatts of infrastructure, host core weaving, high performance compute services. Doesn't matter. They're providing a compute infrastructure background that's going to be targeted for AI workloads, and that's all people need to hear, right? Oh my God, they're
that's
doing AI
that's
stuff.
all. Yeah, yeah.
Buy it.
That's all they have to hear, my friend. So, um, uh, again, both
Wow,
in
what
play, guys.
volume too?
You gotta like these type of stocks. That's the thing, right? You gotta like these type of stocks. I don't. I prefer to watch something different.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm gonna skip on down to
The volume
IR.
is crazy on these
Yeah,
top two. Like these are the
it's nuts.
definition of high risk, where you get this ton of volume that comes out of nowhere. I mean, both of these Annexon and this Core Scientific. I mean, Core Scientific has
Yeah,
a regular trading volume of around 5 million shares. We're almost twice that already, and the day hasn't even really started. So it's in play. Like don't get us wrong. If you like this type of
yeah,
stock, these are two that you should be looking at. They're just risky to trade because who knows, right? The market could open and both of these could drop from their $6 price. I mean, it's funny, right? They could drop back to their
for
three
80,
dollars or four
$5. Yeah,
dollars or
yeah,
who knows? They're
yeah,
very similar. It's a little strange actually. Very different businesses,
yeah.
very similar looking
What
stocks
what's
right now.
interesting is that their flow is not like 20 million shares flow. One of them is 72
No.
million, the other one is 151 million. So they got some meat to it. It's not like you're trading a heavy low flow stock, but again, with this type of volume, the risk is still a little bit higher than it normally would be. So just be mindful of that. Let's head on over to IREN. So IREN this morning. Let's see what we got going on there. This
This
is
one
up
we've seen
6.2.
before.
Yeah, plenty of times. And it's such a garbage stock, man. I have you traded this, Peter?
I have not. No, it
Yeah,
keeps popping up, and it never really trades nicely. I mean, I at least not that I've
right,
seen. I don't know. Not my
right.
favorite,
Yeah. I mean, has
but I'm
anyone
boring.
traded this stock in in the chat room? It comes up a lot. I feel like someone probably traded and probably made good money on it, hopefully, but I highly doubt it. It is just brutal. It is pure garbage. I'm gonna skip it as well, and head down to the one that we seen plenty of times in the past. Not anymore in the recent times, but VKTX used to be a Viking Therapeutics one that was very, very heavily
Therapeutic.
in play this morning. It's up 4.7, 366,000 shares traded. So not a whole lot of volume. Wait, is it the same stock? How did it get to 65 bucks? Wow. I thought I was yeah, because I remember it
Wait a
being at
second.
$5.
How did that happen?
When did this happen? Was I off on this day? Look at this thing. Up to
Yeah.
69. Wow. Is
So
it a
that's a
reverse split?
couple of earnings cycles ago that it had jumped. They have positive news on a phase two trial, phase two B trial to
Yeah.
be specific, on one of their I don't know, I one of their treatments. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
if it's a drug or if it's an actual process, but. Anyways, whatever it is, they've got positive trial results, which is why we're even seeing them on the list today. But you're right, Carlos. I mean, that jump. What's impressive to me is that they held the
They
$60 level
held
for
it.
so long, for the last
Hmm.
4 or 5 months. That's actually pretty
Yep.
impressive because normally they drop back down, right, and lose that level once the excitement is gone and that volume ramps down that you can see happened in March. But they've held the level, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe this one has something to it, but
Did they have a 100 to 1 a reverse split or something? I don't know. I just don't remember them being this high. I remember them being like a really low price here. So, but nevertheless, man, they're here at 65.29. I don't think that still is going to change them to be a great intraday trading ticker. But it does make it slightly more interesting at these levels, especially if we're hitting back at the area of support that we saw in the past. The issue with this one, guys, just look at the volume. There's no volume whatsoever. So that's going to be a problem, if we don't get the volume. But, I'm going to put it on my secondary list just because I'm curious to see where this is going today. Not that it's a great stock at all by any means, but I'm just curious. This will be entertainment for me here
it
because I'm
and it was
really
not
caught me
like
off
a
guard
stock
with the
split or
price.
anything. Well,
It
back in
wasn't?
March, they
Okay.
had announced a weight loss drug, and with we keep talking about it. Ozempic sort of spurred the market for these weight loss drugs, and
Hmm.
VKTX was one of the ones that had one in the pipeline. So they got this big boost when they said, "Hey, we got one too." I mean, it was a phase one trial, which means very very early stage. But I said that's why I'm so impressed that they held the gain because
Yeah,
normally people sort
that
of
is
get excited and then move away and it drops back. But this one's held. So
sounds pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna put it on here just to watch where this goes from there. Next one on the gap up list, SMR. This morning we are looking at it is up 2.2, 268,000 shares traded. And today, as you can see here, it doesn't really have a whole lot of volume, not moving very well. We've seen this nuke scale power plenty of times. I have not traded it yet. I usually keep it off my list. Let's see how I did yesterday. What is this? Is this the market open? Is this part of that those stocks that dropped like 92%, right? They had an error with the New York Stock Exchange where a couple of tickers dropped like 92% and for a couple
I
of
don't know. It
minutes.
must
This looks
be
like it.
because it
Yeah,
popped right back up, and I see no news that would warrant that. It's like we were looking at Berkshire Hathaway. That's another
that's
one that
another
it
one. Yeah.
dropped from
Mhm.
$700,000 a share to what are $150 a share and back again. So it's
Yeah.
yeah, there was a couple little
Yeah.
glitches.
So that's messing that up there. I don't like it. I'm gonna leave that alone. Let's head over to AX. Today, this one is Axos Financial, and they are gapping down 14%. The volume is just so bad on this thing. And overall, they don't get volume. When you see a stock that only trades a million shares for the entire day, when you look at that price action, for the way I trade, it's just brutal. I mean, there's just nothing happening. I've been in these type of trades. So you get in, and you buy it and nothing happens. The stock just stays there and you're actually down because the spread is horrible. So right away you're on unrealized P&Ls and the negative to begin with. It is just so bad. It's very stressful. So no, thank you. Can we give this a garbage truck? I think this deserves a good old
Oh, you're
garbage
gonna
truck here.
garbage
So
truck this baby?
I'm a garbage truck
It's
this
got
bad
some
boy.
It's got some interesting news. Hindenburg, one of the best named, hit companies out there. The Hindenburg Research. Gotta love it, right? Crash and burn, baby. Anyways, they released a short report on this company and basically announced that they've got a short position in them already. So I still can't believe that this stuff is legal, but anyways, it is, and there's a few companies that specialize in this, right? They do all sorts of background research, and then, I mean, in theory, they're providing a valuable market service, but I don't know. It seems like it's self-promoting, self-serving a little bit, right? So whether it proves to
Hmm.
be right or not, you get this type of reaction. So Axos is being taken down by this hit report, and this is the type of thing that can be interesting to watch, because if Axos comes back with a press release and denies everything, then we could see movement on the stock. Or if Hindenburg sort of doubles down and releases some of their report information, then we could see this continue to slide. So might be worth watching just to see if something happens on it. But like you said, Carlos, doesn't look great right now. I mean, the volume is surprisingly low for this big hit piece. It dropped, but not on big volume. So
Yeah, I don't like it at all, guys. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Man, you're asking me what's on my watch list. Absolutely nothing right now. It is completely blank. We just finished our entire gap up. We're halfway through our gap down. We only have two tickers there. And there's just nothing that looks great. So we're going to be leaning on our usual suspects in just a second here and what you guys like as well. Looking at GameStop, this could be fun. Entertainment purposes for me. Roaring Kitty's not looking too good here. His position is at $20, if that's even true, right? So he has like a couple of $1 million sitting at $20 there. Um, it's not looking too hot right now. So GameStop, another entertainment purpose stock I'm going to add to the list here. And we'll just see where this goes. But right now, not a whole lot that's looking pretty exciting. This morning, off our gappers list, as you can see, that's my watch list so far. These two, I'm really going to move them down even further down for entertainment purposes. As you guys know, that is where we put these funky stocks. All right, Peter, let's get to you. What do you like this morning before we get to our chat?
Carlos, I have rarely seen your gappers list or sorry, your watch list so late. Like we got nothing. You're just I feel like we're
It is.
struggling for things this morning.
It
Look, I
is
still like the
bad.
semiconductor sector, though. To your question, Nvidia and AMD both had some decent moves yesterday, some trading opportunities. So they're worth watching. AMD, big tumble yesterday, but good trading opportunities if you took that short. Tesla, you already mentioned. Tesla's always seems to be on the move, right? It always gives little trading opportunities, and we know at least one member of our room, Paris, who loves Tesla. So he tells it all the time how much he loves it. So that's another one to watch. And that's about it. Like you said, it's pretty late. Remember yesterday we had JetBlue that we were watching pre-market. Did nothing, right?
Yeah.
Terrible trader. I don't, didn't have any good trading opportunities in my opinion. And airline sector largely didn't do much of anything. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to be watching these trading terminal scanners throughout the day and seeing what other people call out, because right now I'm pretty low on targets.
Yeah. I like NVIDIA, AMD as well. I'm going to put AMD as a secondary. I don't want my list to just be jam-packed with tech stuff. But it might be just that today, right? Let's take it to you guys. See what you guys like this morning so far. We'll start in our regular chat here, members tab. What do we have as far as tickers? Even you guys are very light. The name Baba makes me want to look at the ticker Baba. So username BABA. Looking at this, quiet, nothing happening, just ghost town. Another one here, GTLB was GitLab or something.
Yeah, GitLab, they had
GTLB.
earnings. So
Yeah,
not I
dead.
I just not one of my favorite earnings type stocks, right? But they did have earnings after the close yesterday, beat their numbers, but like you said, volume is pretty low, and I don't know. Doesn't look
Yeah,
great.
that is pretty crappy. So we'll skip on this one too, guys. Let's see what else. Google just low volume across the board, and that's okay. We're gonna probably have one of these really low volume days. Google has 3.9 million shares traded, but as we know, this is really not transactable trades this morning. Not at least on the price action. There's nothing happening here. So yeah, not really in play. Apple, what's Apple been up to? Apple's found its way back out of this mess here between March and May. Everybody was cranking along, and they were just stuck. Right, they just couldn't get their vision together here. So they're back up towards all-time high. So they're doing pretty good here. It's just a couple of bucks away from that. Um, Apple could be interesting, but there's no volume. So again, another possible type play, which is part of our usual suspects list. We'll wait to see if we can get anything out of that. Next on here we have, what is this? BBWI. What is that, Ali? BBWI. We are down 5.4, light volume. This is Bath and Body Works.
So,
Oh, these guys are
yeah,
they had earnings.
there was
They
an
had earnings.
earnings
They're
play
brutal.
from this. Yeah, earnings from this morning beat their numbers, so they did have a decent quarter. But Bath and Body Works, they were fun at a point in time, but it seemed to me that they had a different ticker. Did they change tickers? They must have. I
I
remember
felt
trading.
I feel like it.
Or maybe
Yeah, it
maybe
was it a
Bed Bath and
BB
Beyond that I'm
BB?
thinking of. Yeah, I think I'm thinking
Wait.
of Bed Bath and Beyond,
Oh, we are thinking about
right? 'Cause they were
BBB, right? It's like four
BBBB or
B's.
something like that. Yeah.
Well, I think I don't know
Anyways,
what's happened, but yeah. All right, BB. I
however,
don't remember the sticker. Either way.
no, BBBY.
uh,
Thank you, Manuel. Yes, BBBY. That was Bed Bath and Beyond. There. Anyways, this is not
yeah.
that. This is Bath and Body Works. Totally different company. They like I said, they had good earnings after or this morning. Sorry, earlier this morning. But it's you know They also announced a share repurchase program, not a huge one, 300 million that they're planning to pour back into the company, but they're gapping down this morning. I'm not exactly sure why. They didn't talk about their outlook as far as I can see. So it looks, things look good from the earnings front, but the price action is lower on really low volume. Like we're under 200,000 shares
Yeah.
here, which is why I didn't make our gappers list. So I don't have a lot of hope that this is going to trade well. It's also on the New York Stock Exchange, which is also a warning sign for me because, again, they just trade a little bit differently. So if you do want to trade this, wait for the volume. You'll see it. You'll know it when you see it. And it doesn't happen at 9:30 like often happens at NASDAQ stocks, right? The biggest candle of the day for most NASDAQ stocks is right at 9:30. Not for New York Stock Exchange. It can take a minute or two or five before that big candle comes in. So wait for that. Wait for the volume
Yeah, I
is my
agree.
advice.
Um, I don't like it. But do we have anything else to watch? No. Can we watch this one? Yes. BBWI.
Fair
I
point.
mean, there's just nothing else on there, right? All right. Let's take a look over in our YouTube chat. Our friends over here. What do you guys got going on? INTC. What's going on with these guys? Intel, man. I don't know what they did. They missed it here. They missed the whole entire AI play. Everybody else is doing well. You're supposed to be leading this this area of tech, and you're just down at $30. So just nothing good for them at the
Uh,
moment. They're up 1.5. I think there was their CEO talking yesterday saying, yeah, we're gonna come back and do this, do that. You gotta show us, man. You gotta show us. You're not showing us anything right
prove,
now. So
prove it.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Prove it.
I see people mentioning both Intel and Micron. They're sort of like you said, Carlos. They're not as good of play in the sector in general. Both have different news this morning. Intel does have some news that they are like you said, making a push on AI chips, and they're going to come out with something industry leading. And they always say this stuff, but anyways, so they're trying
Yeah.
to make another push. I mean, there was a time when Intel was the undisputed king of chips. Now, this may be, before a lot lot of people's times here, but Carlos, you and I remember it. I mean, it
Yeah, of
was, the
course. Of
Intel
course.
inside stickers, and like if you didn't have a Intel Pentium chip in your computer, right, you sucked.
You
so,
definitely suck. Something was wrong with you
so
if you picked something else. I didn't remember what else
right,
was out
and
there at
let's
that
face
time.
it. there's still sort of the de facto standard for CPU chips, but that's not where the big money is. I mean, we just have to look at how much some of the other companies have grown around them and eclipsed them, that to see that, yeah, they're just not the market darlings anymore that they used to be. So anyway, so that's
Yeah.
Intel. If you like it, by all means, but I don't like the way it trades. Yeah, the old Pentium 100.
Pentium.
Anyways,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
MU not doing anything this morning. Really low volume, only 88,000 shares. They did have an upgrade, some analyst upgrades this morning. New target prices. Analysts were moderating their prices higher, expecting it to hit about 138 is the new target. Another one 133, I see. So a couple of analysts upping their target price, but I don't. Again, I would rather just go back to, like, look at Nvidia compared to Micron. Nvidia's got 1.5 million shares traded this morning. It's got the
Yeah.
volume. And
Yeah.
I get it, right? It's an $1,100 stock for now. Just wait a couple of days and that'll be fixed. But I'd still rather trade it.
Yeah. Reports out on YouTube channel, also in our members tab, that Think or Swim is not working, or it's down. So I haven't checked. I have an account with them, but I haven't checked it yet. But it looks like people are reporting that there's some issues there. A lot of our members use Think or Swim as well. Yeah, I like Nvidia. I love the daily on it as well, as we're trying to get back towards that all-time highs here. We had a dip last night. We recovered this morning. We're trying to stay above water here if we can, slightly below the red. But then the volume, like you mentioned, is just awesome. Okay, let's take a look. What else, guys?
People,
GameStop, we do have.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Carlos, I think you mentioning GameStop gave it a little bit of a pump there. Look at that. You created
Yeah,
a
starts to
dollar
get.
move on the stock. Well done.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice. So let's get this thing rolling
I'm
here. Um,
going to credit you for that. I just
yeah,
because must be you, right? What else could
absolutely.
it be?
What else could it be, right? Cats? No, no way. No way, no way. It's us. Let's take a look. You guys, anything else? Spotify, Jose, Spotify, and then we'll head over to our community events and announcements. Man, there's no volume. Somebody made a mistake here. They meant to trade something else. They threw 3,400 units in there somehow. It's a fat finger on this one. There's nothing really going on. It's just so ghost town. But on a serious note, the daily does look very interesting, right? This stock, my issue with the stock is the volume. For my strategy, I need tons of volume for it to be explosive, right? If you're trading something where you're doing a double bottom on very low volume, you want to get in here and go long, great opportunity. You can go from 309 to 314. That's a lot of cake, but I need volume. I need to see the price action. So for me, this stock, unless it's heavily in play, like it was end of April, right over here, look at that volume.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good one for me. So it can move, but without the volume, I'm dead in the water here. Friends, over on YouTube, hit
The
that
daily
thumbs up. Really
chart.
appreciate it. We're sitting at 114, 100. Sorry, about to say 114,000. So used to saying volume on the charts. No, 114 likes. Would love to be at 114,000,
14,000
but we
would be
will
awesome.
take we'll take just 300 to hit our goal for the day. So really appreciate it. Peter, you had something.
I was just going to say Spotify. Love the daily chart on Spotify.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you said, though, we need some volume to prove this move. I mean, look how low this volume has been the last month or so. But
It's
look where
dead.
it's
Yeah,
sitting, sort of at the top end of this ascending triangle, right? And it looks like it's poised to move higher, but will it happen today or tomorrow? I mean, it could just as easily drop back to 300, right? So you got to be, don't be
right.
too assumptive as to where it's going to go. Like you said, Carlos, without the volume, it makes it skittish. It's just a
Yeah.
little unreliable. So I don't know. I do like where it sits though. So we'll see. I mean, if
Daily
it
does
pops
look good.
onto,
Yeah.
if it makes it to the gappers list or the turbo break high of day, then by all means I'll take a closer look at it. But for now, it's not a pre-market target for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Not looking all that hot. All right, friends, let's get ready. Let's take a look at our community events that are happening this week. You can always check that over at bearbutraders.com. If you click on webinars, it's going to bring you to what's happening for the next 2 weeks. We're going to focus on today is Tuesday. Megan on Tuesday. Uh, nice.
Indeed. Megan is up. She's going to be talking options with you and how to trade a small account. So, trading a small account requires a slightly different approach than if you're trading a large dollar account, but it's a great way to get started in trading. So, and even if you're trading, a reasonably sized account, but you want to take things cautiously, the advice that she's going to provide will be very valuable. So, hopefully, you'll join Megan tonight, 8 o'clock in the webinar room for her webinar on how to maximize your small account. It's always, informative, and Megan is always high energy as well. So I'm sure she'll caffeinate herself and be ready to go. So that should be an exciting session. Next week, Thor is going to be taking the lead with a session on how to, practice the mental art of trading. He always talks about his sort of 3 pillars of trading, right? And how is one of the things that he focuses on. So it'll be good to hear his point of view. He's always got great information. That will be on Tuesday. My goodness, I forget. Tuesday, June the 11th, once again at 8 o'clock. And look at Megan's already up. I'm always impressed when people are here sort of pre-market for when you're living on the West Coast, because man, is it early. So congrats to you for being here if you're a West Coaster. If you want Silicon Valley, Darren. All right, well, welcome. If you want information on the markets, tradingterminal.com is the place to go. We welcome you there. It's completely free. It's a great resource with all sorts of information, not only market data and analysis. It's got tools that you can use, like our scanners that we mentioned that we use every morning that are completely free, that you can sort of scan the market, not only pre-market, but once the market opens, there's a lot of pre-configured scanners, or you can, configure them however you would like. It's very, very functional and useful. Don't forget, there's a trading academy that's got courses of study. If you want to accelerate your trading journey, you can jump in there, and there's a lot of courses that are both free and paid. That is the only part of the site, I guess, that has some paid material, but all the rest is free, including the simulator, the replay mode. Check it out anyways. Tradingterminal.com, great place to go. And if you want to join us, you can already see it on the screen there. You can join for just $1 for a 1-week trial. If you're listening to us right now on YouTube or on the recording, then we thank you for that and welcome so many new members and viewers. My God, the subscribers are going crazy. I noticed this morning we're over 360,000 and going strong. It's just so exciting for us to see that growth. It's been exponential over the last few weeks. So absolutely fantastic, which is why we want to extend this $1 offer. So you can see what the chat room's all about. What are we talking about here? How do you, sort of get part of a community? Well, join us in the chat room. And you can see what it's like and see if it's the community for you. Frankly, we understand that not every community is for every trader, but we love our members. We love sort of this community of serious traders that we've developed here. And if you're a serious trader, then we invite you to check it out. So just for $1, there's the code, or at least the website to go to, bearbulltraders.com/YouTube. If you have done that already and you want to join us, or you just want to jump right in, the basic and elite monthly packages are always available. And of course, the Elite Annual, which is always your best deal. But that gives you 1 year access to all of our services, including all the webinars we keep talking about, mentoring, our Thursday mentorship sessions, everything that we've got, you get if you join on the Elite programs. So hopefully we'll see you in the chat room sometime soon. Carlos, I know you don't really have a lot of levels to set because we don't have a lot of stocks to look at, but I guess we better get to that, though, and maybe some other stuff will pop up. I'll keep looking here while you're doing some levels. Maybe something interesting will happen.
Oh, there's definitely something interesting happening with Tesla. We are down 1.2. Big drop, good volume. What's the news? I'm looking for it now as well, so I'm digging here to see what do we have going on it. But anybody has the news already? I just saw when you guys mentioned it here in chat. I pulled it up and I see we got this nice little drop here. So
pre-market, there doesn't always have to be news, right? Sometimes pre-market things just drop like that. But let's see.
Yeah, could be.
I mean, I did see some news that you think would be positive, where Elon apparently ordered thousands of NVIDIA chips for the AI engines they're building for X. Apparently, he's going to be calling it XAI, or maybe it's going to go back to Twitter. Did you see that poll last week that Elon put out that he was asking people, should we change X's name
I
back to
don't think that
Twitter?
was that him? I think that was
I
his
thought it was him.
the other account is called Elon Musk parody or whatever. It's like a joke account. I don't think it was him.
Oh,
When I first saw it, I thought it was him too, and I'm like, why is he asking this? Because when he does that, you will usually actually whatever the vote is, he'll actually do it, but it wasn't his account. Um, so
okay.
correct me if
Then
I'm
I got
wrong, but yeah, it
fooled.
was not. I got
I
fooled
just
too
thought
for a
in
second.
passing. I don't vote on those things, but I just
Yeah,
thought it
I
was
voted
interesting.
yes. Please bring Twitter back. It's such an iconic name. Peter, we
Yeah.
might not win this because you didn't vote now. It's okay. Next time,
Well,
please vote.
it's a parody, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter, I guess.
I, yeah, yeah, it does. He's not gonna do anything. All right, so we'll see what's happening with Tesla. I had it on my list, and on my list today, guys, made up of two: Nvidia and Tesla. That's all I have on here today. Yes, I'm going to look at AMD. I'll look at Apple. I'll look at all our usual suspects. But right now, I mean, this is only the only thing that's really got something happening. Nvidia going into the green, Tesla dropping and coming back up for whatever reason. And now that I look at it, the volume didn't continue to stop at 400,000, but this seems a little bit aggressive back up and down like this. So we'll see if anything comes out of it. Nevertheless, their daily still stuck within this range. It just seems not to want to get out of this area. So interesting. Let's set levels for what we have. We'll look at our moderators list. We're ahead of schedule. We'll take some questions if you guys have any. We'll get you some answers. We'll figure things out here. Let's go to NVIDIA. 1156 is the high of the pre-market right now. We did that early on in the morning here at the minute the market opened at 4 a.m. Tested it again around 8 o'clock. That could have been some 10 forward lines there, and then trying to go in the green and hopefully continue there. But for the most part, that's your high of your pre-market. Let me remove some of these levels. That's your high of your pre-market on Tesla at the moment. Towards the bottom, you do have your highs and lows. I love the daily. I'm sorry, Nvidia. I love the daily on Nvidia. Look, we've been slamming into our all-time highs after two gap ups back to back here a week or two ago. We've been maintaining. So this stock has just been incredibly strong. They do have a split coming up here, which is 10-1. Correct me if I'm wrong, Peter. I think 10 to
Yep.
1 is the split. So that's gonna, that obviously was positive news for them. 1131 is the low of the pre-market here, which is definitely marked down. And if you look to the left, you're surrounded by your highs and lows. So that's all you really need. I mean, Nvidia pretty clean and clear as far as daily levels go. We're going to take a look at Tesla here, which again, some rapid movement here in the pre-market. Low of the pre-market is going to be down at 174.01, and the high is going to be all the way at 177.29. So we'll mark those two. And let's see if this sticks, guys. We've seen sometimes this drop happen, recover, and actually go green. So who knows what is happening here? Be very, very careful. What I do like about Tesla, as I mentioned earlier, look at this area of support. We're slamming right into that now. Buyers keep coming in here. Every time we get to this 174, people are stepping in, buying the stock up, and keeping it above that all the way since May 14. Right, we have not been below that. So that's a strong area of support. We're seeing that bounce happening right now in this drop that we're getting. Below that level, in case we do drop, we see 171, a great area. You can see tons of days, kind of flirting with that level. So that's good to have there. And I'm going to mark down 168, 169.08, another level there as well. So there you have it. That's Tesla. Volume coming in really nice, 1.5 million. And looking interesting for today. We'll see where this ends as far as this pre-market action. And that's all I have. I have an AMD as a possible app one here. Again, very low volume, BBWI, which again, be careful with the spread on this one at the market open. We got GameStop as our, entertainment ticker, plus BKTX because we do like this daily. It's nice. They've been able to maintain this gap up. So that's all I have, friends. Or looking at our moderators list, we got a couple of guys throwing in their list already. We'll take a look at that in a second. But before we do that, any questions that you guys might have that we can get
Yeah.
into? Anything you guys want to discuss?
Yeah, I saw some questions in the room asking when the Nvidia stock split. So just as a reminder, it's going to split officially. So all shareholders of record as of the close of the markets on Friday, this Friday, the 7th of
Hmm.
June, will then be converted into 1/10 of the price, so 10 times as many shares. So for us as a day trader, essentially, we will see the effect as of the open of the markets or the pre-market on Monday, the 10th. So, but officially, it sort
Yeah,
of happens for all the shareholders of record on Friday at the close.
gotcha. Yeah, so look forward to that and see how, more. It's going to be obviously more volume. People are going to be more attracted to the price. So it should be fun. Uh, Google has good volume. When we checked, it didn't have anything. Oh no, yeah. This 3.9 is not really traded volume. I mean, if you look at the pre-market action, there's really nothing happening here. So I think these are just some transactions being recorded here. We see this quite often where you don't see that down here. Trust me, if you're trading 3.9 million shares, if they're actually trading here, you're gonna see a lot of activity, like you see with Tesla.
Right.
This is what 1.6 will look like, right? A lot of action there. Nvidia, this is what 1.6 would look like. So you're going to have some movement up and down. And even here, I don't think that the entire 1.6 is being transacted there. So, all right, which pivot points do you guys use? Oh, that'd be a Thor question. I don't know the actual pivot points that he uses, but that'd be a Thor question that we can get for you. Um, Looking at our list so far, we got Thor, Phil, Megan, and Jared. Remember, guys, we are trading live right after this with Brian. So make sure you hit that thumbs up. We're trading live all the way to 10:30. So we'll take it through the market open. So definitely stay tuned as we go through that. And then once Andrew's back, he'll be trading live again, telling us all his stories about his amazing journey at Denali, and giving away a lot of stuff. And Teslas, laptops, all kinds of fun stuff. So definitely make sure you stay tuned.
Well,
Um,
let's not get too excited. The Tesla's coming if we hit the million. But hey, we're working our way there. A
it's
lot
Peter,
faster than we would
that
have thought. So
the
I
way we're
I think it'll be
going,
awesome.
it's like 50,000 subscribers a day, like 30,000 subscribers a day. We're gonna get that by end of August. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice to give away the Tesla in the summertime. Nobody wants a Tesla in the wintertime. No, you don't want that. You want it in the summertime, enjoy it. So we'll be giving that away in summer, the way we're going. If we keep on this trend, uh, this NVIDIA type trend. Friends, 191 likes. Would love to get to 300. Definitely help us do that. It means a lot to Peter and I as we work this morning show, Brian, and then the rest of the crew. So thank you guys. Anything else? No, we'll head over to our moderators list. Actually, we got time for that now. So, looking at our moderators list this morning, friends, we have Thor. Thor has a Tesla, SPY, Qs, Nvidia futures on there as well. Phil will be looking at Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, and GameStop. Megan for her Tesla and Nvidia. I mean, those are two that look hot right now, right? Tesla and Nvidia. Jerry looking at Tesla to hold 174. Man, could not agree anymore. If you look at Tesla, that 174 is holding pretty nice. Let's see if that can happen. There's so much support happening there. Holding position at 174.30. No SPACs, no IPOs for today, so it continues to be very quiet. Watch list for Peter is AMD, TSAL. I'm sure you mean Tesla. Tesla, right?
Oh,
Nvidia,
oh
and
man,
let's
I
see,
do.
is TSAL a ticker? What is TSAL?
No,
TSAL.
it's not a thing.
Imagine
I
if
mean,
it
if it
is.
is a
That's gonna
thing,
be so messed
is it?
up.
Don't trade
Yeah.
it.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not a ticker. That would be so messed
Here,
up.
there you go.
Um, People
Let
will
me
be making
fix
that
that.
mistake and trading that wrong. But yeah, let's take a look here at Brian is next. So Brian, let's get our ticker straight. Look at the overall market. Brian is looking at what we have: Tesla, Nvidia, Intel, and then AX. AX on his list. And then Peter, your list, as we mentioned, AMD, Tesla, Nvidia, and then trading terminal scanners, friends, because today's looking rather light. And Peter's looking at Nvidia, Tesla, and INTC. All right, friends, Brian and I want to say Lenny is going to be jumping on in a second here, taking you through the market open. So as soon as they jump on, we'll transition to them. Guys, stay safe. Have an amazing day today. And again, it's quiet out there, so that means you got to be more patient. That's all it means. Got to be more patient. Wait for the setup. This is, by the way, summer months. If we're going to go into summer months trading where it gets really slow, we haven't seen that in a while because the overall market, the interest rates, everything has been very volatile. AI saved us from a summer madness, right? We had a lot of AI funds. So we haven't seen a death summer period in a long time. There's always been something from the last 2 years, I think, right? It's always been
Right.
active. Before that, remember, summer months were brutal. Like we would come in here, there'll be two tickers on the list, and we would just be dying to find stuff. It's the worst time for new traders to start getting aggressive. So please be patient. You are going to get the setup, but don't be aggressive during this time if nothing is showing you, right? So be very mindful of that. Um, Other than that, guys, we are all set. So, Peter, anything else we might have missed?
I don't think so. We got it covered. Trade smart, everybody, and you'll be fine. So keep going. Give us the thumbs up, and stay tuned for live trading. And we'll see you back again tomorrow.
All right, excellent. We'll transition to Brian. Brian's not on
Transitioning.
yet.
The magic's going to happen any moment.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Brian's not on
Brian.
yet.
Brian's not on.
Not yet. It's still 9:16.
You know what? I can't blame him. He's in the West Coast. What is it? 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning over there? What time is it in the West Coast?
No,
3 hours behind?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, 6. I know 6 is fine. 6 is okay. Megan woke up at 5. 6 is okay. You should be up at 6. Good to go.
I'm watching some of these stocks
YouTube.
we were talking about earlier. I'm still not convinced they're going to be good traders, like this AX and Core Z. I noticed this Core Z. It's got a bunch of different trading tickers out there, which is interesting. Core ZW, Core ZZ.
Are they're all the same company?
I think so. Yeah, they all seem to be. They're just different stock classes. So, but Core Z is where all the volume's going this morning. So,
yeah, interesting.
If you're going to trade one, stick with Core Z.
Yeah. SPY's doing a nice bounce off the lows here, man. Out to 529 is the low of the pre-market. So trying to get green this morning. Let's see if it can hold that. At the market open, we've seen a couple of sell-offs the last 2 days, right? So it seems to want to sell down, and then you have this recovery. We did this Friday too, right? So this seems to be a theme here, right? This is yesterday, drop and then come back, right? You see Nvidia and anybody else following suit. Same thing Friday. This was on Monday, right? This was Monday. No, Friday, excuse me. Same thing. Drop and then recover. So this has been somewhat of a theme here with this drop and recovery at the open. Not saying it's going to happen today, but just be aware that there's opportunities the entire day if you don't get something right at the market open. All right, you know what, Brent? I'll keep going. When these guys log on, let me know in the headphones, and we'll transition over. But yeah, Brian, if you're ready to go, transition so we can get you live. And you're on. Brian, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. Good morning, my friend.
Peter looks concerned.
All right, excellent. We'll leave it with Brian, guys. Take care. Have a great trading day.
Always concerned.
All right. Good morning, everybody. So what have we got going on? We got the Qs. We got everything gapping down, but the market seems to be coming back up here. Buying brigade seems to be up and awake early today. Tesla's down a little bit. I think there's this whole thing going on about Elon's pay package that he wants, and I guess the latest news is something about diverting these NVIDIA AI chips to from Tesla to his XAI company. So it's a little bit concerned about where Elon's focus is. I'm sure he's probably getting bored of Tesla, knowing that he's pretty entrepreneurial. So on to the next shiny thing. But other than that, and then we've got Intel. Intel made an announcement. They're also doing an AI chip. And that was AMD's news as well. So everyone's jumping into the AI chip game. NVIDIA got upgrade last, or at least on the weekend. That's why I was up a lot last week, or yesterday, I should say. But a lot of red on the screen right now. DKNG seems to be one of the few that's red. Let's take a look at that. DKNG, not a lot of volume, but it looks kind of interesting. Let me share screen here. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at Intel. Intel's got a lot of liquidity up here above 31. GME is dropping a bit today. Yesterday I was hearing about, was it E-Trade was going to ban or at least kick Roaring Kitty off their out of their or I guess they're going to close his accounts or something like that. So that's kind of funny because they say he's manipulating the market. He was I think that's why he actually posted that kind of cryptic post to begin with. Because if you went to court, you could argue he wasn't really posting anything. Just a guy leaning forward in a chair. And then the other thing too is, he's talking his book. If you believe they was referring to GME, and how many times you watch CNBC or some of these other shows where these guys come on and don't talk their book. So anyway, it's a big debate right now whether he's manipulating the market or not. So let's see. Yeah, Tesla's kind of active this morning. I think it could be interesting. There's bids down here at 174 and 173. I have a feeling it's probably going to drop at the open. Let's look at NVIDIA. It's not doing much. Book is pretty bullish, actually. There's a big bid at 154. These may pop at the open, but just I'll have to be careful not to. I probably don't want to jump in too early. AMD doesn't look like much right now. Maybe some bids down here. Let's take a look at Dell.
Hey, good morning, Brian.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Everybody can hear me in the chat?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Great, great.
Tesla looks the most interesting here.
Yeah, what happened with Tesla? Some news came out, I imagine.
Yeah, I think there was some news about Musk diverting some NVIDIA chips that Tesla had ordered. For Tesla, he diverted them to his XAI project.
Okay.
So
Tesla definitely played today.
Yeah. Anyway, NVIDIA's moving up here prior to the open. So as Peter mentioned already, anybody who owns shares after the close on Friday will be called a shareholder of record, and the shares will go for. You'll get 10 shares for your every one that you own. Yeah, options will have to all shift too, yes.
So you're looking at AX, Brian. I haven't looked AX.
Okay.
They had earnings, I imagine.
Axios.
Down
No.
16%.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they had earnings. Yeah. I think the only thing I don't like about AX is the volume is not really there. Only got about
Yeah.
300,000 shares, so it's not high on my list here right now.
Yeah, the chart is not super clear.
To be honest, Tesla looks kind of interesting to me, but there isn't a whole lot of other things. Well, NVIDIA's popping up. AMD is going to go green. NVIDIA's already gone green. So we'll just have to let the dust settle a bit here at the. I think it's going to be one of
let
those
the market
days.
open and being patient.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tesla is interesting. That 174 level, which is right at S3. Keep a close eye on it, that's for sure.
Wow, NVIDIA is ripping into the open here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, really going.
Crazy town.
GME could be interesting too.
Sorry, which?
GME, GameStop.
Oh, GameStop, yeah. GameStop's down today.
Moving
Obviously.
pretty good pre-market. Might keep an eye on that one too. Looks like it's shortable today.
Yeah. Video moving is going up to 1160 by the looks of it. Took out some of these big bids here, big asks. Concerns me a little bit that there isn't much above NVIDIA right now, just this 1160 level. Just be careful. Got some bids that got pulled here. Bigger bid down here at 1135, but there isn't much liquidity above 1160 on NVIDIA. Still.
Right, 15 seconds. The Qs look strong. Pushing here.
Which one?
QQQ.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Jump, bouncing around, jump around. Jump around. Okay, so Tesla. short Tesla. So let's see where it goes. So there's some big bids down here at 174.
No volume on NVDA yet.
Still hanging around where I got in on Tesla. I'm getting out of it. I don't really like it actually quite yet. I think it's going to go down to these levels here, but it's going to screw around a little bit first. Nvidia's dropping. AX is popping. Oh, Intel's dropping.
Yeah, Intel is weak.
AMD, I'm watching AMD. AMD looks like it might want to go.
Yeah, AMD is strong.
Okay, I'm long AMD at 163.75. See if it gets some juice here. There's some bit asks that are building here on Tesla. Tesla's gone red or green on the day.
Yeah, AMD still going.
Yeah, selling some at 164.33.
Nice.
Yeah, sell a little more at 77.
Still no trades for me. GameStop is really weak here. Lost yesterday low.
Yep. Okay, I'm getting out of the rest of AMD. Just looks like it's dropping, pulling back here. Not happy about that, but whatever. Still slightly green. Yeah, look at Tesla. Knew it. I knew that was a fake out. It's going to come down here to these
174.
liquidity levels. 174. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is going down here. AMD, NVDA.
Okay, I haven't really done.
935.
I haven't really made a lot of progress here today. Just a lot of chop. 5 minutes into the trading day now. Still say I'm trying another short on Tesla. Tesla's really trying to hold this yesterday's close. I'm in a
I went
174.
short NVDA as well. 1151.
Come on, Tesla, you want to go there. You want to go to 174. I know you do. Shite. Come on.
Yeah, things are going here. Covering my NVDA. I don't like the way it's bouncing here.
I don't like the way Tesla's bouncing either. I have to getting out of that. It's going, looks like it wants to go back green. Damn. Q's and SPY bounced back. Yeah, Tesla's probably going to be like the chop fest today, like it sometimes gets. I thought maybe that news was going to be enough to maybe move it down, but I guess not.
Really holding that level 175.50.
Yeah, that. Well, there's yesterday's low is where it's really it's really just holding on to yesterday's low.
Yeah.
All right, things are pretty choppy so far.
Yeah, I'm not in anything right now. I lost about half an hour on NVDA. Still believe NVDA is gonna go down here. Tesla going back to the VWAP. Went red
Yeah.
again.
Crazy. Yeah, like I said, I don't think Tesla doesn't feel like it's tradable right now. Let's see what else.
Yeah, it's pretty choppy.
Yeah. All right, the Qs are coming back up a little bit. SPY's coming back up a bit.
Intel is still weak.
Yeah, Intel's it's that low day. It's broken. It's gone red, but I just it's hard to know whether to if it's going to drop anymore.
Yeah, pretty much everything in my watch list is moving sideways today. I'll wait to see for potential RMB 15. So far, only one trade on NVDA that didn't work.
Just trying a little short on Intel, maybe, just see if we can. We're going to get into these these areas here, but there isn't a lot of downside. I mean, only looking at 20 cents.
Afferent, yeah, I'm looking at GameStop, but I'm not liking the way it's trading right now. For my 5-minute RMB setup, I never seen a pullback towards the VWAP, so no good entry there. And I don't like the way it's bouncing quick right now. And the spread is not, I don't know, I don't like the spread on GameStop.
Staying. Just hang on a sec.
Tesla is still trading here around the VWAP. Same for NVDA. So at this point, I'm waiting for 9:45 to see some 15 minutes RMB. Another 1 minute 30.
Right.
The NTC is still weak. Low of the day.
Yeah, still still have this short on Intel. Like I said, it's not moving far, but maybe I can make a little bit on it here.
Yeah, it's slowly going there.
Got a lot of orders around $30, so yeah, really, there's nothing moving much here. Nvidia's chopping, AMD's looking a little weak actually. Let's see,
Well, Apple traded good. Good drop on Apple. Didn't saw that one. The RMB 5 on Apple would have been good.
Just shorted some AMD. At 168.21, 162.21. Here we go. That's not bad. Just covered some through 162 there on that drop. But again, we're right back into an area that was prior support. See, now it's going back against me. Damn. Yeah, this is not an easy day to trade. Intel's going back up now.
Yeah, AMD came back to the VWAP.
Yeah, AMD came right back up. Glad I took half off on that drop.
Yeah, and it's coming back with pretty high volume.
Yeah. Yeah, that bounce was a high volume bounce. Back to the VWAP. Yeah, everything's pretty range bound. You look at the Qs, we're pretty range bound in the Qs.
Yeah, it's trading in a range today.
Yeah.
Not an easy day to find decent setups.
No. Always a little easier to find stuff to trade when you've got earnings or some news. So,
Definitely.
yeah.
I would have expected Tesla to trade better on the news this morning, but no, it's
Yeah, that's what I would have thought too. Yeah.
to at least pick a direction, but no, it's just stuck there. You still short the NTC?
Yes.
It's testing low of the day again here.
AMD going dropping again here.
Yeah, reject the VWAP, but still it's stuck in that zone.
NVIDIA. Yeah. NVIDIA is NVIDIA's gone red on the day.
AMD testing low of the day.
Well, still short Intel.
It's like it's trying to do a double bottom here.
Yeah, I know. It's right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting out of Intel back flat on that trade too. Didn't work out.
AMD is going.
Yeah, AMD is dropping. There's some orders building below here at 50, 160, 150.
It's right at pre-market low.
Yeah, this is where it keeps finding some support. Actually, it's dropped a little below there.
Yeah, ENTC is really moving slowly today. Tesla having trouble at that level, 177.
Yeah. Nvidia is sitting right at yesterday's closing price. Try another short on AMD at 61.70. It kind of looks like it wants to drop here. What else is
Even catch a
moving?
beautiful short on Apple.
Yeah, Apple,
Nice.
Microsoft's down a bit. Meta's nothing much moving, you know.
Yeah.
Come on. There's such a big area of orders here. I'm out of AMD. I don't like that order showed up here. All right. Well, CRM's up quite a bit. At least it's up almost $2.
CCRM.
Wow. Dell had a nice move. Picked the wrong horse to watch today.
Dell. Haven't looked at Dell. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Dell catch a good move.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5-minute R&B on Dell would have been perfect.
Yeah, Apple had a nice pop and drop. Popped right up to yesterday's high and rejected right there, which is that would have been a Thor trade, probably just this R3 rejection. Somebody asked in the room which Camarilla pivots Thor likes to trade. It's the 3s and the 4s. He looks for moves between the two, between R3 and S3 and vice versa. Okay, we're kind of bouncing back here a bit.
Yeah,
Again,
AMD's
the keys
bouncing
are
right at
just,
the market low.
yeah, Qs are doing nothing, SPY's doing nothing, means the indexes aren't really moving around at all. So
yeah, it's in days like this, it's important to don't rush any trade, and it's fine if you don't take any trade in the day.
yeah, it's one of those days where you just gotta. Oh, Nvidia's looking like it's dropping. Same with AMD. Damn,
Yeah.
that would have been.
Yeah, AMD is breaking down. Same NVDA.
Nvidia's down to that. Down to an area it might bounce.
Yeah, it's right at S3. 1143. AMD is approaching the level 2 days ago low at 160.
All right. Yeah, AMD. I knew eventually we would be getting into this. Just was really choppy. Like we were getting into these areas where there's liquidity there. Still got a big order at 160. I don't know if we're going to get there though. This is an area where AMD is probably going to bounce. Big bounce back on NVIDIA. Bounce back on the Qs, bounce back on the SPY. Yeah.
Bouncing right at S3. Yeah, I'm not looking for any more trades. I think this morning, I don't like the way things are moving, so I'm not gonna rush anything. Wait for tomorrow for better opportunities.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it's just better to sit in your hands to keep your capital.
Exactly.
If you don't see anything that you like. I mean, I've been doing a lot of trading today, but but I'm really I'm no further ahead than you are really.
Yeah.
Like I've had some winners, I've had some, and then ones I've had to stop out of. So, some I've taken partials on and then stopped out of the rest, basically haven't made hardly anything. So it's just not a lot of, when you get into these choppy days, it's hard to, you don't get nice follow through trades on a lot of stocks. The Dell was actually one that was pretty decent.
Yeah, Dell would have been great. Same for Apple.
Yeah, if you look at GME, I mean, GME has done nothing.
Yeah.
Wow, yields are dropping like crazy. Was there some news here? Not tell. Yeah, we had 10 o'clock. We had factory orders. They must have come in weak because the yields are really dropping right now. Just looking at the TLT, which is the 20-year Treasury bond, when the bond price goes up, means yields are dropping. And we just had a big move on TLT here, big move up, which is good because I'm short the 91 puts. The Qs just popped. They're gone green. SPY is green. SPY is going green. Everything's popping back up here. What was all right. Matt's always good for the information on what we're looking at here. Factory orders, X transportation. So they came in lower than expected by the looks of it. We had jolts too, number of job openings. A little higher than expected, yeah.
The Qs went red again. Same for SPY.
Yeah. I just I don't understand why this market's wishing for a weak economy. I guess they're wishing for like a Goldilocks week, like not too warm, not too cold. But to be careful what you wish for, because we start getting a really weak economy. It's not going to be great for companies and profits. Well, I'm looking for something here that we can trade. Like I said, we had that big snapback after the 10 o'clock numbers, so let's see if we can make something out of this.
Bounced a bit there, but it's rejecting again. Like AMD and NVIDIA, they both reject the VWAP for now. Tesla is disappointing today.
No, when Tesla gets into these, Tesla gets into these days, it's just impossible to trade. And some days it gives you some nice clean moves, and then other days just dog's breakfast, which is what it looks like right now to me. I'm not seeing any clear signals on AMD. Let's see what NVIDIA looks like here. Order book's a little bit is a little bearish. Let's look at Tesla. Got some heavy selling right there.
Yep, QQQ is dropping. ENTC is at 30, broke down finally.
I'm really tempted to do another short on Tesla right now, but I'm thinking it's right back to where it's been finding support.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm, the book is telling me it could be a short, but look at Intel finally broke down, getting towards 30 now. GME's just ugly. See what Apple looks like. Apple's breaking down at 193 maybe. Got some orders right here.
Yeah, Apple's trying to find support at low of the day. And it's actually pre-market low too, 193. Pretty solid level.
These bubbles that you see here, they actually tell you at that particular time how many orders hit the bid and how many hit the ask. Well, at least it gives you an indication as to how many orders hit the bid compared to hitting the ask. So you can see this was a lot of heavy hitting the bid. Sellers that wanted to get out right away were just hitting the bid there. So that was quite an imbalance of sellers. So we got more buyers and sellers there hitting the ask. Again, I'm not. I'm looking for some. You know what's going up is AX. It's just. It's really. It's been grinding higher, and then it just broke out. Now we're getting a bid again.
Yeah, AX is strong, but I don't like the volume on AX.
No, that's the only thing I don't like about it. I mean, I like the way it's moving, but I just don't like the. Just doesn't have any volume.
Yeah, and the spread is
Yeah, the
about
spread's not great.
10, 15 cents. Yeah. The Qs are trying to bounce here,
Yeah,
just going back in
yeah,
that range, basically.
yeah. As I said, it's just like I said, it's pretty ugly trading today right now.
Tesla is back at the low of the range. It'll be interesting to see what it does here.
Hmm. It looks like it's heading lower now.
Yeah, it's probably gonna go test that 174 level
I think so, yeah.
or bounce here.
The cues. Yeah, it looks like this is an area where it just keeps finding support. So I'd be surprised if it's tested it a number of times, though. So maybe this time it breaks down. Nvidia is still looking a little bit weak.
Yeah, AMD looks weak. It's hard to say.
Yeah, and this is the problem right now. It's a when you say it's hard to say, it's like that's not the time to take a trade when you're not confident in the
Exactly.
outcome.
It's like false signal every time.
Yeah,
Feel like it's gonna reverse or go down, but it's just going back to the same range and doing nothing.
still feels like Nvidia wants to test that 174 level. Qs are rolling over a little bit here. It's putting up a fight though. Qs are definitely dropping here.
Yeah. AMD is going lower.
Quick short on Nvidia. Did a quick short on it just by selling or buying a put, and then sold it fast.
Nice.
It was just bought the 1135 put for 1850 and then sold it for 19. That was just like got to be fast here. Just because it just doesn't seem like we're getting clean moves. Although it actually does look like it might want to go lower now.
So Tesla went down to that 174 level.
Yeah, it dipped into this this area of liquidity. You could see a lot of people hitting the bid right here, and then it came back up. Quite a few people hit the ask. So it's just putting up a fight, going lower here. There goes Nvidia. Wish I still had some puts, but I don't.
EMTC forming a double bottom right at S3. Yeah, look at Tesla bouncing exactly at 174.
Yeah. See, that's why I just it's just hard to trade this today. And this was an area. What was this? Was S3 on the Camarilla pivots, and this was the pre-market low. This level right at S3, 174. Just call it 174. Oh, this is. Oh, I didn't realize this Axios AX was a Hindenburg Research is the company that does these short selling reports. So their business model, I think, is just finding companies that they can write negative things about, and then shorting the hell out of the stock, and then releasing the report. Interesting. Okay, well, there you go. That's why it's down. I thought it might have been an earnings trade, but and this is I like these Hindenburg reports, because they quite often, they'll drop initially and then they'll come back up, and that explains why Axios has traded, AX has traded the way it has this morning. I find these short selling reports usually don't stick. Wow, Dell is on fire.
Dell is still up.
Yeah, Dell is moving. It did a pullback. It's just
Yeah, Dell is pretty strong. Intel is trying to bounce too.
Yep.
Nice double bottom at S3 on Dell. On Intel, sorry.
all right. Well, no positions for me right now.
Yeah, same here. Just took that trade, that 5-minute R&B on NVDA, lost about half an hour, and that's it. Maybe I'll wait for later this afternoon if I see some reversal, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna trade more today.
Yeah, you see, this is a typical move that, I would have, on another day, this would have been a nice pullback, maybe for Dell to head up into these areas. But, we're just getting a move down. So was looking at this as a possible pullback for a continuation. But that's just the way the market's trading today. Every days aren't great days, so unfortunately we were kind of spoiled here with a lot of really good days of trading. We had great volatility yesterday on on a number of stocks.
Yeah, yesterday we took some pretty nice trades.
Yeah, today it's not as good. It's just that's just the way it is. You go on vacation for a week, you might get a day or two where there's rain. It's kind of the same thing,
that's how it works.
right? Every day can't be sunshine and sunshine lollipops. Yeah. What did I trade today? God, I traded a lot. I traded Tesla. I traded AMD. I traded Intel. I traded way too much. Let's just say that. But like I said, I was just, you just don't know how the day's going to go. And I made at least a little bit of money on Nvidia with by shorting it with puts. It looks like it's heading lower, Nvidia.
Yeah, Nvidia looks weak, but again, it's so hard to say.
Yeah.
It's just chopping here around S3. I have no idea. AMD is going back up a bit. Yep, AMD is right back at the VWAP.
All right. I sold my CRM calls that I had on a swing trade. I'd done a risk reversal last week. Where I sold some puts and bought some calls. So I sold the puts yesterday, or at least I covered the puts yesterday, and just sold the calls today. They're 240, so I'm worried that we're kind of stalling out here on CRM. So we did get to 240 again today on CRM. Rebel, what did you trade? You traded Intel. Nice. Not a big mover, Intel, but still got a bit of a move on it. That was nice. Yeah, Dell really just rolled over after getting up to 139 there.
Yes, pulling back to the VWAP. Dell might find some buyers here.
Yeah, Dell's kind of interesting. Possible options trade if you believe that this 132 level might hold. So let's take a look. Just this would be more of a swing trade. Dell, June 7th, 132 puts. Spread's kind of ugly, 120 by 150. But you could get $1.20 to hold those. The only thing is you'd own Dell below 132. It's a pretty solid level of support on a daily chart. I got a package yesterday. My book, How to Swing Trade. If you only speak Chinese, there you go. It's published in Mandarin now. So
In which language you have your book, Brian? You have it in Spanish?
No. Actually, I have it in. It should be in Portuguese, and it should be. It's supposed to be being published in Thai. I don't think
Nice.
that's a big market, but yeah, I should do Spanish. I'm trying to learn Spanish so I'll do the translation myself.
You're learning with Duolingo, I imagine?
Yeah, that'll be scary.
All right, so 10:30.
Yeah,
Gonna
30.
call it
Yeah,
a day here.
yeah. I am actually. I have sold some 132 puts on Dell, so I got 110 for them. So we'll see how that works out.
Nice.
So expire into the week. Yeah, in there. Yeah, sure. All right, guys. Thanks on YouTube for joining us this morning. I know it was not a great morning for trading. A lot of chop, and that's
but those days happen.
Yeah.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, it's all part of trading. So you try to live to survive and trade another day, because there will be another day, and the trading will be better. So take care, everybody.
Exactly.
Like,
care.
subscribe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Tomorrow we have Lenny trading with you.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, we've got the ADP employment report, so there should be some things that'll move on that. So take care, everyone. We'll catch y'all later. Bye for now.
Ciao.